I'm out here at Henderson Mill Elementary where I vote. I actually just voted. As you can see, I put on my hat. And right now I am interviewing some people in my local area, seeing what they think about the current state of things in this country and the state. And I'm excited. With this project, my goal is to understand what different people think and the reasoning behind it. Some people that are interviewed may say unfactual statements. Please do your own research and feel free to leave a comment disputing any claim that may be false. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Mr. Jameson Mentor.
All right, where are you from, Mr. Jameson?
I'm from Texas, but I live here now.
All right. And what do you think is the most important issue that Georgians should be most concerned about?
For me, it's kind of hard to say. I am a educator. So, of course, education is always at the top of my list. Making sure that students have what they need. Education is very important. But aside from education, I would say the whole tax talk and just making sure that Georgians are making it, making sure Georgians are surviving, and making sure that we are able to provide for our families financially.
All right, and what does this vote mean for you?
I think I've been here since 2006, so I would just say it's time for a change, even when it comes down to the gun law, the open. I kind of get nervous when I go to stores and I see people, with their guns, just at Walmart buying eggs. I don't know what's in your mind, I don't know what's in your head, and the fact that that's legal to just have your firearm wide open, without a permit per se, all the background check, all that makes me nervous. So that would be the next thing that would need to change.
Okay, and is that what influences your vote the most?
I wouldn't say necessarily the most, but it is one of the more important factors.
Okay.
That's why I decided to get out here and vote.
For sure.
The gun law, the tax, and the education system.
Okay, fair enough. And what traits or characteristics do you expect out of a governor?
First of all, smart, compassionate, loyal to the people that they're serving. If you're governor over a region or a state or whatever, then you need to be loyal to us and remember that we live here. This is our lives. This is where we decided to plant our families and, live our lives. So be compassionate enough to make life fulfilling and meaningful for us.
Okay. And do you expect the same traits out of other elected officials?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, for sure. And do you believe that the Congress should have term limits?
I would think so.
Okay.
You mean as far as like the members of Congress?
Yeah, members of Congress, like, Senate or House of Representatives.
I would think so.
Okay, like how many years or terms do you think would be fair?
I don't know. The most I've heard is like, 4 to 8 years, something like that.
Right. Yeah, that's how many, I think, 4 to 8.
And I think maybe if you do 2 terms,
okay,
you've had your run, that's good.
Okay.
Step down and let somebody else.
That's fair. And what's your opinion on the current state of politics in Georgia and the United States?
Well, politics to me has always been like a nasty fight. It's debatable. It's as time changes, people change, people's mindset changes, culture changes, attitudes change. But I think currently, I don't know. I don't really know what to say, good or bad. I'm kind of like, on the fence. I do know that, things are on the uprise. I'm trying to stay away from the race issue, but it's most definitely something that is prevalent. It's there, So I don't know. We just kind of see as the years and things go by. I think history repeats itself. So I think what's going on now, it has went on for generations, generations before.
Okay. And do you believe that we're divided as a country?
Most definitely. Most definitely. There, I would say there are pockets, if I can say pockets of unity, but as a whole, as a nation, most definitely.
Okay, like along what lines do you think we're divided?
Everywhere. Everywhere, even in the church arena, the religious arena, there's division there. There's division when it comes to education. It's everywhere. There's division. Well, I think we should do this way. In the political side, I think we should do this way. I think we should do it this way. Well, no, let's have a debate. Let's do this. So yeah, most definitely.
Okay. Do you believe that the 2020 election was rigged or stolen?
The presidential election? I don't really think so. That was the year that the whole Florida thing, the ballots were missing, or they found ballots in the trash or something like that. Was that the 2020 election or 2018?
I think that was, I'm not quite sure, but that was like
Sorry.
When a lot of people said that it was rigged.
Yeah, there's something like
Donald Trump won.
Yeah, like it was like but I do remember the state of Florida. They were like the ballots weren't cast right or something. So and that's the only one that we know about. Who's to know that didn't happen in Virginia or that didn't happen in Utah?
Okay.
So do I think Trump intentionally just cast throw those ballots, or do I think certain parties or individuals in certain regions wanted to get him in and they decided to do whatever they wanted to do to try to get him in?
Okay. And how do you feel about what happened on January 6, 2021?
Disgusted. I can only just think, had that whole situation been like members of another racial, skin color, that would have had a different outcome as to what it was. But I think it was horrible. It was disgusting. Although, there are those that's getting, the proper justice, now after all this time, but I think it was horrible, and I think that is a great illustration of where we are politically. I'm glad you brought that up. That shows where we are politically. It showed a lack of respect for the government. I had never seen nothing like that.
Yeah.
I never seen nothing like that.
For sure. And how do you feel about the overturning of Roe v. Wade?
That's something else that needs to be handled, because if I were a woman and I was molested, raped, whatever, I don't want a child. I don't need a child. I can't afford a child. But being forced. Now, I'm not saying I agree with murder or, killing or whatever, because there are adoption agencies out here that, push it out, adopt it. But to tell me what to do with my body, that's just like us being men, to tell you what to do with your private area.
Right.
This is what I want to do with my body, and I should have that right. I think that's a little bit too much control.
Okay.
That's too much control.
All right. And how do you feel about the war in Ukraine?
I don't really know. I know that these things are going to come. It's just going to happen. I feel sorry for the people that's over there. My prayers go out to them, the citizens of Ukraine and all that they're dealing with, and how those are innocent people, and they're just being shuffled around, the lack of resources that they have. I think it's horrible. I wish we all could get along, but we know that's not the reality all the time.
For sure. And how do you feel about our current president, Joe Biden?
Yeah, I mean, he's okay. I don't really see nothing that he's doing that would be like, oh, Joe.
Right.
But then I don't really, see anything that he's doing that's like, oh, get him out of there, kick him out. I'm kind of like neutral with him. He's just kind of like, he's the president, but I don't really feel like, hurrah. But I don't feel like get him out of there either. I'm just kind of just stay there, do what you're doing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And would you be friends with someone who disagrees with you politically?
Yeah. I have friends right now that disagree, but we agree to disagree.
Right.
And that's just one of the things that we won't discuss, and we'll just continue to be friends.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what do you love most about America?
What do I love most about America? I mean, I enjoy being free. I enjoy being able to decide this is the job I want, this is the career I want. I think it's the freedom about being here. I enjoy the fact that I can go, I want to live there, and I can go live there. If given that I make the amount of money or I have the credit, whatever. But I enjoy the right to choose what I want to do.
Okay.
And I'm cool with that.
Awesome. And is there anything else you'd like to say to the audience?
A vote. Make your voice count. If you don't vote, don't complain, because you didn't vote. Okay? Make your voice heard. Get out there and vote.
All right. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
No problem. Thank you, sir.